Hello everyone, welcome to the JIGS TV weekly Go news. As each week I am bringing you news from the Go world. My name is Stanisław Frejlak. Today we are starting from a breaking news from Japan. It is a news about the last preliminary tournament to the Judan tournament. In the final game, Fujisawa Rina, for non-professional, met with Ichiriki Ryo. And as you know, Ichiriki is a current holder of the Tengen title. Recently we had quite many news about him playing title matches about Iyama-Yuta. He was also fighting against Iyama-Yuta for the right to challenge Shibano Toyamaru in the Oza title match. And now he was playing with Fujisawa Rina, and as you can see from this photo, Fujisawa gave him a hard time, and she won. Wait. I think I will not have the board, so let's go back to slides. We will take a look at their game. Fujisawa Rina was taking black stones here, and let's go through. So the game started with a modern joseki with Fujisawa playing this peep and Ichiriki going for the variation which was first seen in the match of Kedzie versus AlphaGo. They played exactly like Kedzie and AlphaGo. They finished with this result, and after this result is reached, they didn't continue but played elsewhere. And in the second corner, when a joseki was played, Ichiriki chose maybe not often seen move, this descent, and Fujisawa Rina played Tiger's Mouth and started a ko. So usually this ko is not often seen in the professional games, but now Fujisawa decided that she has a big ko threat, and this ko threat makes it possible later for black to pull out these stones and kill white stones on a big scale. So white answered peacefully, but then black is threatening that black gets really a big profit by capturing 2 stones of white. White also found a threat, but instead of answering the threat, and instead of just finishing the ko, Fujisawa had a better plan. She made the ko bigger. And of course, if Ichiriki agrees on it and connects here, then no matter if Fujisawa wins the ko or Fujisawa answers white's threat, black is already very happy with the exchange which has been just made. Anyway, for now, white took a ko, but black had one more threat, took back the ko, and then white managed to play 3 moves on the outside, but black got a really strong shape in the upper left corner. Next thing, which Fujisawa was doing, was trying to pull out the 2 stones, and at the same time don't die with the single stone, don't give a ponuki to Ichiriki. And in the end she managed to run out, but then white also pushed through, and black stones in the center were very weak, and the group on the bottom was also very weak. So maybe here locally black is suffering, but we need to remember how much Fujisawa gained in the upper left corner. And then the next move of white is probably a very interesting thinking, a very professional move. So White was trying to attack both groups, the group in the center and the group on the bottom. But if White attacks directly, then Black will just answer, and it's not easy to harm these groups. Instead, Ichiriki attached. So he's trying to make Fujisawa answer locally, and then the pressure put on the group in the corner will be very big. So Fujisawa ignored the attachment and decided to play from the group which is really weak and which needs help. Later, White was threatening Black's corner, and so White gained something for the fact that Black didn't answer the moves on the attachment at N4, and now Black is in trouble. Black needs to add one more move to live with the group in the corner, but if Black does, then White gets sent and White can play a very important move in the center. So instead, Fujisawa decided to play in the center first, remembering that there is still this possibility of connecting back, and then all White's group, all White's dragon is in trouble. White went out. White also doesn't want to just capture the stone, but then Fujisawa found this beautiful Tesuji, cut White's group. White needs to go back, and Black still doesn't want to live in the corner. Still, the central fight is more important, and the fight continued. Black was trying to put a lot of pressure on the group of White, and after using the Agis on the right, Black took some profit. White still needed to add moves to live, and then Black also had time to live. So at this moment the game was calm again. All the big fights finished, but Black gained a lot in the fights. Black gained a big territory here, and still Black managed to go back and live in the corner. So White thought that the only thing which can help him win the game, stay in the game, is trying to live on the left side. And White managed to live in the corner, but the prize was big. Now Black finally has chance to again attack that group of White, and White found a way to live locally, but the prize was again a move which threatened the corner group. It started a ko, and as a ko threat, Black managed to push through and kill the group on the bottom. So Fujisawa was chasing one group after another, and in the end she managed to kill one of them. So Ichiriki needed to resign. Congratulations to Fujisawa for that win. And let's go back. Sorry for not having the pictures of the players for this game. Anyway, the interesting thing is that in this Judan preliminary tournament, Ueno Asami already managed to qualify for the main tournament. We were reporting about that a few weeks ago. So there will be 2 female players in the main tournament of one of the 7 major titles in Japan, and if I am not wrong, this is the first such situation in the history of the Japanese professional Go. Another news is from the Shinjin-O final. We were reporting about this already last week, but as the game was played last Monday, we didn't show the game itself. And there, again, it is a big success of a female player, because Ueno Asami is in the final of that tournament, and she is fighting to be the first female winner of a mixed tournament. I am sorry, second, because Fujisawa Rina already managed such feat last year. And Soto Yanagi Sebun is already 25, so it is his last chance in the Shinjin-O tournament, because Shinjin-O means the Rookie of the Year, or more literally the King of King of the Youth. Okay, so let's take a look at this game. In this game, Ueno Asami was taking white. Yes, Ueno Asami was taking white, right? And the game started with such a normal position. White stone on the bottom is lonely, but then White decided that the group on the top is more important, and White wanted to add a move. And I think that the move White added was pretty unusual. I don't know if you can think of such a move. I didn't expect that. So what White did was, I'm sorry, I wanted to talk about this move. What White did was this schema. A bit strange shape, but it is not leaning on any of Black's group directly, but White is out. Later, the game turned into a little fight after White was cut by Black in the center. And now Ueno Asami decided that if these two central stones die, then the situation is not good, because Black's group on the top, which might be a weak group, will become strong. So Ueno Asami decided to go out. However, Black was also splitting White, and so the group on the right side is also weak, and the group in the center has not a good shape. At this moment, you might think that it looks bad for White. However, Ueno Asami had a nice plan. She pulled out the stones from the center and attacked the group of Black. Black was trying to live. Black managed to live on the left side. Now Black was also in need of living on the bottom. This was possible, but then Ueno Asami finally decides to defend her group, and in the end it finishes with a ko. Sotoyanagi Sebun was not really dissatisfied with the ko because he had ko threats against the group on the right. And again here Ueno managed to live with the group on the right, but in the end it was a few points lead of Sotoyanagi, which means that after this game Sotoyanagi took the lead. The next game will happen only on the 9th of October, so we still need to wait a moment. And then we move to Taiwan, where the UMC Cup title match is continuing. Lai Junfu is trying to defend the title, but after 2 games, Wang Yinjun was already leading 2-0. And let's look at their third game. So their third game started with this attachment of Lai Junfu. Lai Junfu is trying to either destroy the side of Black or take a big corner. Black decided to secure the corner, and then after this attachment of White, a fight started because Black pushed through and cut. White didn't want to just live on the right side and give Black a big influence on the top, so White played on the top and Black tried to attack White's group, but White managed to live comfortably. Well, Black gained something on the right side. Black also gained some influence, but White is not dissatisfied. Later, White was invading Black's framework on the left side, and another fight started. Black tried to put pressure on the group of White, and White thought that if he just tries to run, there is not really a place to run. He will get split. So instead he chose a counter attack. He split stones of Black, and it finished with White basically connecting back. So maybe it's a bit unclear if this is really a connection, but if Black blocks, White can first of all split black, and then what can white do? Probably an attachment here. Does it work? It looks like it's working, but we will take a look how it went in the game, because in the game we had a similar thing, but first black played this attachment, and this attachment might look like a strange move. Why would black attach to such strong stones of white? But the idea is very similar to the idea we saw in the game of Ichiriki and Fujisawa Rina today. We attach to strong stones because we want to create a problem for the weaker group. So what happens here? If white answers, which probably many players would do, then black can already start this fight, and later black can hope for capturing the stone of white here. But does it work? It's very complicated. I don't know. Probably the players read it, because in Taiwan they always play these title matches with very long time settings. White didn't answer. White decided to start the fight directly, so that he doesn't get into much trouble later. And after this cut, it finished with a call. And this call went in a very interesting way. First of all, black had co-threads for the group on the right side, for white's group on the right side, and then white chose such a co-thread to get into black's area, and it looks like not that big co-thread. Black just captured the co, and now if white captures two stones, then black can maybe capture this big group, because there is not really a place to run. But instead, white played this card. So if now black attaries, white can already take the co-thread, utilize the co-thread. So instead, black connected, and now one can think, well, white played the co-thread, then lost the co, and black still managed to connect on the right side. So what is white doing? However, white had a good plan, because after this extension, the group of black on the bottom is in trouble, and white in fact managed to kill this group. And after white just secured all the weak points, Wang Mingjun resigned, which means that Lai Junfu strikes back in the UMC Cup title match, and right now the result is 2-1. This is a best of 7 match, so we will still see a few games. Another news from Taiwan is from the female Minren tournament. Minren is the equivalent of Japanese Meijin. It means a famous person, or however we want to translate it. And first of all, there was the semi-final, or the final of the losers bracket, where Zhang Kaixin was playing Yang Zixuan. And in fact, this game was probably the longest game in the history of Go, or maybe at least of the history of the professional Go. They played, and they had 431 moves. It was said that the previous record was held by Miao Weiqing, who was playing in 1987 in the Chinese-Japanese tournament. But now in this female tournament, Zhang Kaixin had 431 moves, many more moves than there are points on the board. So of course you can achieve such a result only if you have a lot of co-fights in the game. And this means that Zhang Kaixin, who we can see on the left, qualified for the final. And unfortunately, Yang Zixuan was very tired and depressed after losing that game. Anyway, in the final, Zhang Kaixin met with Lu Yuhua, and Lu Yuhua already managed to win in September the female Zuiqiang tournament. She got the title of the strongest female player in Taiwan, and now she was playing for the female Minren tournament, and again Lu Yuhua managed to win. So she is a new star of the Taiwanese female Go. Maybe she is the like the next after Hei Jiajia, the famous female Taiwanese Go player. Alright, that's it about the news from Asia. We move to Europe. We were talking 1 week ago about the online Go festival, which is being held by the Fudan University Weiqi Association and the European Go Federation. 1 week ago we reported about the youth match, and now we are reporting about the students tournament, which is played in a format win and continue. It started on Saturday, and in both teams, a team of Fudan and Fudan University and the team of Europe, there are 11 players. 8 of them are students, university students, and there are also 3 youth players. The first match was Bende Barca versus I forgot now the name, Huang Zhiqiao from China, 10 years old, and Bende Barca is 8 years old. He had his 8th birthday on last Thursday, so happy birthday to Bende. They played the first match, and you need to know that the Chinese kid has a rating of 3 dan, and Bende is 7th Q. But after very good results of the European team in the youth match, it was decided that they will not play with the full handicap, but they played just with 2 handicaps, 3 dan against 7Q with 2 handicaps. The game was very, very popular on JIGS Go server. This is one of the biggest Chinese Go servers where one can watch games from top professional tournaments. And as it happens, this week there were played games from the Chinese A-League. We didn't report, but yeah, the next stage of the Chinese A-League was being held. You can see on the photo that there was Tang Weixing playing, and I guess also Yang Dingxin and many other 9 dan professional players. But actually, the game of Bende and Huang Zhiqiao got more observers. It had over 18,000 people watching. So you can see that Chinese on that server are very interested in such transcontinental competitions, and the game itself was very exciting. You can watch. There are links on the EuroGoFed website. Bende managed to kill a big dragon of the Chinese rival, but then still the Chinese caught up very slowly and won by 1.5. In the second game, the Chinese was playing against Maria Chernova, so Bende is eliminated. Now Maria was the opponent, and they played just with 1 handicap, so they just played without Komi, and Maria Chernova 4Q managed to beat that 3 dan player from China. So the Chinese player is eliminated, and Maria Chernova will play her next game on Thursday. You can keep track of all what is happening there on the EuroGoFed website. Another news from this weekend is European Pair Go Championship, which was held in Niš in Serbia. There were 15 players, 15 pairs, at least 15 registered pairs. Here we can see a pair from the Czech Republic playing against the pair from Russia, who already managed to win the Pair Go Championship a few times, and this year was not an exception. Natalia Kovalyova and Dmitry Surin managed to become European champions. Congratulations to them. We have one more news from Russia. In Moscow there was a tournament called the Zebra Cup. Zebra was a sponsor of the tournament, and then there here you can see the winners. Okay, I think it was not the biggest tournament, but still very nice. And that's it about the news from Europe. In fact, I should have one more news, because this weekend there was also the Swedish Championship. And there was many participants registered. I saw that there was even Frederick Blombach, who 6 Dan from Sweden, who has not been playing tournament Go for quite some time, so very happy to see him. But unfortunately, I don't have the results yet, and I don't have the photos yet, so we will report it next Monday. That's it about the news. And also from the news, I need to say that next weekend there are 2 big tournaments. One is in Jena, the second one is in Vienna. So Vienna is the capital of Austria. There will be a tournament with many players, international players, and in Jena, the place where the JIGS school is located, there will be also a big tournament with strong players. I know that Łukasz Podpera is going there. I know that to Vienna there is Dominik Bovis, Elian Grigoriou going. So there are strong players, and on both tournaments there will be, I don't know, for sure more than 20 players registered. So just choose the one you prefer. We move to the last section of the news, which is the Tsumego. Last week's Tsumegos we can see here. These are the correct solutions to double-digit Q Tsumegos. The single-digit Q were more difficult. I think it was easy to fall into a trap in the second problem, because as the third move you can just play an Atari and hope that white will take and connect his stones, but white has a counter. White doesn't need to save the 3 stones and white can just live. And the third problem was just very difficult, so congratulations to all who tried to solve them and who got some points. These are the done problems, and the new problems are here. So please take a look, make a screenshot of the problems and send us the solutions to the tsumego@gojigs.eu email address, or you can also download the SGF files with the problems from the JIGS website. So this is it for today. Thank you for coming, and see you next Monday. Yeah, that's it. Bye bye.